The false card you have, you pass the Eight of Wands. So yeah, this is busyness. Look how busy this is. Lots of action. Everything's happening. There's a little bit of a conflict here. It's a little bit of a discomfort, it feels to me. It's not too bad. It's a bit mild. Yeah, it feels like you're really, really busy. Lots of running around, trying to get things done. There are a lot of interruptions as well. And I don't think you could ignore any of these interruptions. I think you had to kind of listen to them. Very frustrating. Yeah, I'm getting a few phone calls here. It actually feels like you got these phone calls and you had to kind of listen to some information and you had to kind of hunt through them to find the information, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, what I mean by that is, I'll try and explain this. I'm seeing someone calling you and yeah, I think you had to pick up because there was some information in there that you needed to hear. It just feels like you had to really search for this information. It was in there somewhere. Yeah, it's like someone was talking on and on and on and on and on. And you're like, get to the point. I'm really seeing you kind of sitting there and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm really busy. Please get to the point, get to the point. I want to know what the point is. And they were going on and on. And there were lots of different calls as well. I think they did eventually get to the point, but yeah, lots of other phone calls as well. Lots of these kinds of things where these big, long conversations, lots of frustration because you had lots to do. I think this information was really, really important to you. So again, you couldn't avoid these calls. You couldn't say, oh, I don't want to talk to you. You had to listen. You had to find the information. It's a bit like a treasure hunt. You had to find them. So, yeah, there's a bit of a worried feeling around this as well. So I think you needed to hear this information. You needed to ease your mind about something. That's kind of what I'm getting. You had to find the information to do that, and that's where the frustration is. So yeah, it still feels a little bit unresolved to me. So maybe you haven't gotten all the information yet. You might need more to kind of find out the answer to something. It feels quite stressful as well. So I'm not sure what this is, but and I don't normally talk about timelines and things like that, but I'm saying a lot more than I used to now. So I think if this is resonating, if you know what this is, you'll probably find out the most crucial piece of information that you need. It's either going to come to you right at the end of this month, or it might be early next month. So I hope that helps someone. I know that's a little bit vague, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. All right, so the next card you have, you passed Strength. Okay, so yeah, you're very busy again. I keep on seeing that. I don't know if you're too busy to notice this because, yeah, you're just running around so much. I'm seeing a lot of protectiveness in this card with this beautiful woman protecting this lion, taking care of this lion. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. I think someone was away from you. I think they're at a distance physically, and they had this need, they felt this need to protect you. They really, really wanted to protect you. They wanted to take care of you, but they couldn't see you. They couldn't physically come near you. It was quite difficult for them, very, very difficult. They wanted to help you. That's what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a love connection. It might be, but I don't think it is. It just feels like, this is someone who's a bit older than you, like a parent or a relative, might be a friend, but they're older. And it just feels like, I want to burst. It's like, I just want to burst. I can't bear this any longer. I want to help you. That's what I'm getting. This person wants to help you. And they can't do that. They can't be near you. Now, I don't know if any of this makes sense, but there's some kind of decision or result or something like that determines whether they can come and see you or come and be around you. It's something like that. Now, it has to happen before they know whether they can come or not, or stay where they are or something. So I can't tell you when this is going to happen or not, this result. I could see the other thing, but I can't see this. So just being honest, I can't see that. But, you know, regardless of what this result is and when it comes in and whatever this is, it's very, very clear to me that they're going to love you forever. They've always loved you. They're always going to love you. So that's what I'm seeing here. And that's why they're bursting to take care of you. They really, really want to take care of you. So they're really hoping that this result or this decision or whatever will happen so they can do that. But whatever happens, yeah, they love you forever. There's this beautiful infinity symbol above this woman's head. So their love's eternal. Their love's eternal. So just know that. Just know that. I think you probably do know that, but that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the last card you have, you pass the Seven of Wands. Yes. Yeah, this is busyness again, but it's also, it doesn't feel very good. There's also a lot of problems here. So there's a lot of pressure I'm getting. Some of it was real. It was all real, but I think some of it was magnified. Some of it was about stress, like you're worried about, it's like you're making some things bigger than they actually were. It feels like there was a little bit of anxiety, or maybe more than a little bit of anxiety inside you. I don't know if you suffer from anxiety. That's what I'm seeing. And I think a lot of the time you're fine, but I think maybe when things start to get to the point where, things feel out of control, that's when it all flares up. It's like, I'm out of control. Oh, I'm out of control. It's like that. So, and I think it just feels as if everything was coming at you from all angles, and that's what's happening to this poor man here. So, yeah, there's also someone else here, and this is around your workplace. They might be trying to belittle you, actually, trying to pull you down. Yeah, and it's definitely around work. I'm seeing that again. And usually you can brush this kind of thing off. But when you're in the middle of all this stress and anxiety and everything else that's happening, it's very hard to brush things off when you're like that because you're so stressed. So if this resonates, especially with this person who's trying to kind of belittle you or bring you down, just remember that, you're on top of things. You have the upper hand here, like this man. He's up on this hill and he has all these people kind of trying to bring him down. And they're only trying to do that because he's up there. So just remember that, if someone's trying to bring you down, it's because you're up there. It's because of the position you're in. And you're there, you're in that position because you deserve to be there. So just remember that. I hope that helps you if that's how you're feeling. You deserve to be where you are. And the other thing is, if you're up on a high position, like if you're a boss or if you're in charge of people, let go of some of this load, give it to other people because it's just so stressful. I'm really feeling this. Don't feel as if you have to do everything by yourself. So if that resonates, definitely get some, give some things to other people to do. Definitely do that. Don't worry about whether it's going to be perfect or not. No one's going to do everything in exactly the same way as you anyway, but just get it off your plate. You've got so much on there. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Three of Cups. Okay, so there are lots of different things here. Okay, so now the first thing is with this workplace thing, I don't mean to turn this into a work reading, but it's turning into that. It just feels like everyone's trying to work in a team. Everyone's trying to work together, except for one person. Because if you look at this card, everyone's dancing in the same direction. Everyone's the same height. They all look quite similar. But one of these women has their back to us. So, yeah, there's one person, and I think they're trying to spoil things in a group. And I think it's probably this person who's trying to belittle you or bring you down. It's this troublemaking kind of a person. Now, while you're in the middle of all this stress, you're going to have to be really careful to tame your temper, I think. And you have the Strength card as well, which can be about taming your temper. Now, you're not normally bad-tempered, but because you have all this stress around you, this is an exceptionally stressful time. It's way, way more stressful than normal. So if you're in this kind of thing, you might be tempted to, get a bit angry, a bit emotional. You might lose it with this person. I feel like doing that with this person. So, if you look at these women, they're all holding their cups up above their heads. So they've got their emotions up above their mind. So the message here is, don't lose your head. Keep your emotions down below where your mind is and try and keep as calm as you possibly can. So that's what I'm seeing there. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is, I'm seeing lots of things here. There's some kind of a reward coming to you. And this is around the workplace as well. So I think it's a financial reward, because this is also about abundance and celebrating that. So, just hang in there. There's a reward coming to you. It might be at the end of the year, or it's at the end of something. If you're working on this big project or something like that, and you can see the ends coming sometime, it might be at the end of that, or it might be at the end of the year. So I think the message here is, hang in there if you can. Don't lose your head. Try and just do the best you can. I know this is really, really tough. It feels very, very heavy, but if you can hang in there, lighten your load, which is what I was seeing in the Seven of Wands, and keep your emotions down as much as you can, you will get there in the end and you'll get this reward. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, this can be about a message. It can be about a money message. It can be money that you've been waiting for, money that you've been working for. So again, this is another message telling you that, reminding you, hang in there, the rewards are coming. So if I see something twice or more than once, twice, 3 times, it's a definite that that's there for you. The other thing is, okay, I think I'm seeing something about this person in your last reading. Someone that can't come near you, but they want to. Now, and I'm seeing this everywhere because I'm seeing someone else who can't come near you when they want to, probably a relative. But this one here that I'm seeing in the Page of Pentacles, it feels like a love connection. Someone wanted to be with you, and they weren't able to, or they're not able to, I should say. So, yeah, they're thinking about you. They're attracted to you. So, yeah, you know what it feels like? It feels like unfinished business. So I think it's not that they're seeing someone else. I don't think they are. But it feels like there's some kind of a formality. It's like something has to be signed or something has to be registered officially. It's something like that. Something has to be done before they're totally free to pursue something with you. That's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense to someone. And I think it might be that you're trying to put your head down. You're trying to work really hard so that you can forget about them. You are busy anyway. You're not doing it for that reason, but that's one of the reasons maybe. Now, you haven't forgotten about them. I don't think you can forget about them. There's definitely some kind of a pull between you. It feels really strong, actually. It feels like a magnet. But I keep on getting this, something has to be changed, something has to be finalised. It feels like something official, and it has to be finished or something before anything can happen between you. So if this is about you, I don't think you're going to go ahead with anything with this person. You're not going to get into a relationship or anything like that with them until this is all resolved. I think they would. I think they'd probably go ahead. They'd start things up with you if you'd let them. But you feel, to me, it feels as if you're really above board. You don't want that. You don't want that messiness. You want things to be straightforward. So, if this is resonating, if you do want to be with this person, but yeah, you don't want to accept someone who you can't be with properly. That's what I'm getting. You want to either be with them properly without this kind of messiness and things, strings being untied and all these things. You want it all tied up properly. You want everything to happen properly. And then you will decide. But it's not tied up properly, so you're not accepting this person. And if that's the case, you're absolutely doing the right thing. Stick to your principle. You're very, very strong on that, I think. Because the thing is, if they truly want you, they'll sort this out. And they haven't done that yet, I don't think. So, yeah, that's just what I'm getting now. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the 8 of Swords. Look at this. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. They'd love to move forward. They'd love to start things with you. That's what they want. Now, I don't know if, okay, it feels like someone who's separated. That's what it feels like. It feels like someone who's separated, or it feels like someone who's in some kind of messy relationship situation and they haven't sorted it out yet. It might be that they're still living with someone and they can't afford to be out of that yet. It could be a number of different things, but you want a clean break. You do not want to be with someone where they're still kind of half with someone else and half here, and they haven't done this or that. So, the thing is, if this is resonating with you, I think you do have feelings for them, actually. That's the problem. But yeah, you're really strong on this, really, really strong. You're not going to act on anything while they're still in the situation. And this is what they feel like. They feel like the woman on this card. They can't move forward while things are still like this. And they feel as if they can't go back either because they still have feelings and they can't turn their feelings backwards. So if this is all making sense to you, very complicated situation, I know. But the thing is, they're an adult. And if they want to sort this out, they can. Or they could make a start. They can do something. So really, it's like the ball's in their court. It's up to them. It's all up to them. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Okay, so the false card you have, you features the Chariot. So this is what I'm seeing. So now you know what's going on. They're not acting. They're not doing anything. So you're just ploughing ahead. You're concentrating on your career, concentrating on yourself, moving toward these rewards that I'm seeing in the Three of Cups. And you've got your guard up like this man, he's totally boxed in. He's focused on the road ahead. And I think this person in the Eight of Swords, I think they might actually try to contact you because I'm seeing a few messages here. But the thing is, just looking at the Eight of Swords again, it's all in the mud. This poor woman's stuck in the mud. And all the swords are stuck in the mud. And it just makes me think of that, the old saying, oh, you're a stick in the mud. And that means, you won't move, you're inflexible. It's like, oh, I want to go on holiday, but, there's this old stick in the mud, he's not moving. It's kind of like that. So it might be that they haven't even started this process yet. I just think that if they'd at least make a start, it'd probably make some kind of a difference with you. If they could make a start on the process and they could say to you, look, this is my start, I'm showing you what I'm doing, then you might feel a bit different. But it's not happening. It's not happening. So you're just looking forwards, thinking about your own future. And yeah, if this is you, keep going. If you're this determined, you'll definitely get this financial reward. I'm not seeing you looking for any other love right now. This is if you're single, obviously, because I'm still picking up on these feelings. There are still feelings here between you and this person in the Eight of Swords. It's still there. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so the next card you have, you features the King of Swords. Did I say the King of Swords or the Eight of Swords? I can't remember, but I think you know what I'm talking about. The person in the Eight of Swords, and now we're on the King of Swords. I'm getting all my swords mixed up. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so, all right. So I'm just going to talk about these two cards together, this one and the Knight of Cups, because they're really about the same situation. And, there are so many messages here. They're all telling you that you're doing the right thing, hold your ground, stick to your principles, all of that kind of thing. And I don't want to keep on repeating myself. So I'm just going to briefly talk about these last two cards here. Okay, so obviously the Knight of Cups, he's about someone who's in love or they're thinking about love and they want to come forward. They want to bring love to you, but they're not doing that. And we know why that is. So Yeah. So, and the King of Swords is you. The King of Swords is you, protecting yourself, guarding yourself, protecting yourself against any kind of talk that isn't based on fact, logic. Because you want to hear them say, okay, I've sorted this out, it's all signed or whatever, and here's the evidence, here it is. That's ultimately what you want them to say. And so, and that's not happening. So I think until that day comes, or until you've totally moved on, this knight is just not going to be able to come any further. It's going to have to stay there where he is. He's not going to come towards you because he can't, because you're not letting him, because you want this to all be tied up properly. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more about that. That's just what I'm seeing there. I know it's quite specific. I just hope that resonates with someone, and I just hope that whoever it resonates with knows that they're doing the absolute right thing, sticking their ground, or standing their ground, I should say, because I really think that if left to their own devices, this other person would be with someone else or not finish whatever ties they have and just keep on doing whatever they're doing and be with you at the same time. And you just don't think that's right. That's what I'm getting.